Wait, where's my stand? Cool, I need that. There it is. Go to bed. The fuck? I just woke up. Jackass. Yeah. I have to like walk. That's so far away just for Kramer. Jesus. "12 hours of beauty sleep." I mean, that I do, because I haven't had any of that. Yeah. 'Oh, hell yeah. Did you remember cover streaming? Yeah. I just kind of went on the actual website instead of the stupid Steam Deck bullshit thing. And it worked there. I don't know what the fuck it was about. Well, actually, I know why. I had caps lock on when I was trying to do my password the first like couple times. I didn't notice it. But I was like cycling in my head for like 2 or 3 different, password types. And before I can get to, the one that I thought was it was like, "Sorry, you tried way too many times to log in. So, no." But I'd be pissed I was permanently locked on my account. I mean, it seemed like it was, at least for the computer, there for a minute. Which it pretty much was there for a second, but not anymore. That's why I started talking about, like, why Crusader Kings 3 just simply wouldn't play. I mean, it could, but it's like once you, it was like 2 FPS. Like when trying to play the game, and like would not be able to like do anything. Like I would get to like the map part, like zoom into like one of the kingdoms I want to try to play as, and in the middle of doing all that, it crashes. So I literally can't even play it. I could get on the menu with like 1 FPS where it barely fucking functions, but it's still warm. That was a fucking shitty burp. Lame. Boo. A buddy of mine who does software development told me most games could run on older systems if they are properly optimized. Yeah, dude, I'm aware of that. Like, cause my laptop can run games pretty decently. I mean, even like more modern games that require better specs and shit. Like even on low graphics, even though the game looks a little ugly and at that point and shit, I mean, it works. Like Road 96, for example. Like, I mean, is it optimized for my computer? I mean, enough. I could play it, but it's a little like shoddy in a sense that like it's more around like 10 or like 15 to like 20-ish FPS, so it looks a little choppy. But I mean, it still works. There's an incestuous relationship between game studios and hardware manufacturers. Of course there are. I'm aware of it. Yeah, it's like a whole fucking bullshit of like, you know, like essentially of just like, oh well, you know, for every new game we have to kind of like try to sell like the new graphics card along with it, and have every game basically optimized to like the most biggest, baddest like fucking, you know, hardware and shit, even though realistically it's probably not actually a good thing for all that. I have a feeling for burping, but it's just like kind of lame burps. Boo. I'm also trying to figure out how to fucking pack shit too, because I got a lot of fucking shit I need to deal with. My bag is definitely not big enough for this bullshit. Most graphics cards are scams right now. I'm certainly aware of that. Like, I mean, all these newer graphics cards are not exactly upgrades. They're pretty much the same fucking thing. Maybe it's like a 5% difference, you know, on like functionality or you know, or like, you know, when it comes to quality and shit. But it's, yeah, it's fucking bullshit. Which is, you know, which at least when it comes to gamers, like as long as like you know this type of shit, I mean, it just kind of proves that you don't need like the biggest upgrades of things. Because once you have like, you know, like, I mean, I bet honestly like a graphics card from like 2018 or some shit will work just fine. You know what I mean? Packing back up, we gotta pack the car in a way that everything fits, and I just had to pick up a new microwave to ship it so it could fit everything. Why did she get a microwave? Yo, Mama Venom, you can wait to get a microwave, okay? I'm just gonna say that like right now. You could have waited for that microwave. You could have waited until you actually got settled in. Like, I mean, come on now. Even I'm a little bit like, what the hell on that one? But yeah, I guess hope it fits. Oh my lord. Yeah, because I have to deal with my laptop, all that other shit, and plus I have a bunch of new clothes. Like, and I'm wearing at least some of them. But yeah, I'm gonna have to have a bunch of stuff shipped, because I also got like, you know, a little food care. I got like a little fun food care package, but they're not gonna let me have that on the plane at all. After getting there by using microwave meals instead of running around every day until our stuff arrives. After getting there by using microwave meals instead of running around every... Well, yeah, that's true, but you would think that you would get that once you settle in. Like, once you move in, you know, get at least, you know, all the stuff out of the car, and be like, all right, you know, let's try to save some money, let's go grab a microwave, you know, at the, you know, shop that's in town or something. And if there ain't one in town, then just go to the next town over or whatever. I mean, it's like, sure, it might be a little like slightly out of the way, I guess, but I mean, it's the same result. Whatever. Just hold on to it. Just like have it on your lap while you just sit there driving. Oh, I forgot my charger. I want to make sure my phone's all nice and charged. There we go. Ugh. Probably have one more coffee too after I finish that little bad boy. And I keep saying that. There's two people outside. Dude, fucking get over it, bro. You know, I'm not going to sit here and fucking, like, you know, fucking, what, like, you know, confirm this bullshit. Like, I ain't gonna do that. I don't know why he keeps, you know, fucking egging that on over here, thinking, like, yeah, just stay inside and just, like, never talk to people. It's like, fuck that. I'll grow some balls and go fucking hang out at a karaoke bar or something. Like, and I'm gonna be a lot more blunt the more it happens. I'm gonna be more blunt every time this happens. Must have gonna annoy you. You're not gonna like it if you keep it up. Like, honestly, like, I mean, seriously, I'm not kidding. At least while I'm up here. Or down here. Whichever you want to fucking call it. But yeah, it's called growing the fuck up and just like having some balls and just saying fuck it and, you know, and see what happens. Like, I mean, that's what it's called. Like, get over it. Like, seriously, like, honestly, it's at a certain point where it's like, you know, with people that do this, it's like, at a certain point, it's like the whole, like, oh, well, encouragement advice. Like, no, at a certain point, it's like, you're just bitching, shut the fuck up and do it. Like, seriously, like, that's, I mean, that's, at a certain point, that's just gonna be my advice. Like, shut the fuck up, go out there and just, you know, do it. Most likely stay in, because everyone in Texas has conservative dip. No. I mean, there's plenty of people in the state that aren't, like, conservative retards. Okay, so it's not just, yeah, oh my God. See, this is what I mean. Like, you don't know that shit unless you actually socialize and talk to people. Like, I mean, it's like, yeah, I go to places, you know, even around here. Like, I was hanging out with family, having a dinner the other day, and guess what? I talked to the waiter for a little bit, chatted with, like, some other random strangers there for, like, 2 minutes. Ain't a big deal. Did I absolutely want to? Not necessarily, but I did, because who gives a shit? It's just called being a human being. It's God. Like, I'm serious, the more this happens, the more blunt and, like, aggressive about it I'm gonna be. Like, seriously. It'll be more social when I'm in an area where everyone isn't praising Jesus every other word. That certainly helps. I mean, I will grant that fucking helps a lot. Because there's a lot of Jesus-y shit that happens around here, at least with my folks, and I am not saying a fucking word until they directly talk to me when that happens. I mean, like, oh my God, my grandma was, like, pulled up, like, some fucking televangelist, like, thing, and when it was popping up, like, I had to take every bit of my willpower to not say anything, frankly, because it was like it was literally a snake oil scam, you know, thing where, like, Alex Jones selling bone broth. It was that, but for Israel. It's like, donate now and you can, you know, help, you know, the Israelis and blah blah blah. And it's like, I had to take everything in my fucking like, in every atomic particle of my being to not say, like, from river to the sea or some shit. Like, I'm not even kidding, dude. I mean, and none of them were paying attention to it necessarily. They were just, like, looking down, waiting for the program to actually start. But it's like, oh my fucking God. And of course, it is just literal Nazi propaganda where it doesn't show the actual shit that's going on. It's just a bunch of happy Aryan, Israeli-looking Jews, you know, being all like, you know, Western European Jews, just all nice and happy, you know, colonizing, you know, Palestinian land. You know, so, you know, it's all just Nazi trash. It's just fucking disgusting as hell. Went to the free hotel breakfast. Some preacher came in and demanded everyone to pray with him. I would tell him to shut the fuck up. Like, seriously, it's like, shut the fuck up and pray by yourself, bro. No one wants to hear that shit. Got up and left and got hella dirty looks his way for the elevator. I would have told him all, it's like, I don't want to be, you know, fucking dealing with your fairy tale bullshit. Like, that's fucking disgusting. Like, if they want to live in a theocratic fascist shithole, then move to Israel, you fucking disgusting Zionistic pigs. Fucking rats. I was even, like, watching, like, I didn't even watch the full video, but it was, like, some TOIT video about the West Bank. Because, like, Israel is just literally doing a genocide in the West Bank as well. Just, you know, walking up, you know, these fucking rats, you know, with their fucking AR-15s, these militias, and these, you know, IDF fucking scum are just going to the West Bank, just shooting people, shooting up doctors, fucking, like, taking their vehicles and, like, crushing people to death, like, running people over and stuff. Like, these people are just straight up, you know, are fucking animals. Like, the Israeli government are fucking savage animals. Like, I don't even think they're humans anymore. I'm honestly at the point where death to Israel. Like, I actually want Israel to be destroyed. Not the Israeli people, but the government. Like, fuck that government. That government straight up needs to burn to the fucking ground. There needs to be a militant uprising. I'm okay with a violent revolution against Israel. Like, seriously. Fuck Israel. Fuck anyone that defends that shit. Those are fucking animals. They are fucking animals and fucking rats. Oh, just straight up. They're not fucking human. These Israeli dogs. They're fucking the deepest scum of the fucking earth. And the audacity to, like, use the Jewish people's fucking name to fucking push this shit is the most evilest fucking thing ever. These fucking dogs, you know, are gonna have it coming to them one fucking day. And I'm gonna celebrate it. If Tel Aviv burns to the ground, I'll be happy. And I'm not kidding. If Tel Aviv were to burn to the fucking ground, I would celebrate it. Is it indefensible? Yeah. Joe Biden's a part of this. I hope, you know, if Tel Aviv burns to the ground, I hope that Joe Biden's in there. I hope Joe Biden's there as it burns, so he could burn with it. Fuck anyone defending this shit. It's like, it's literal, it's like, you know, I mean, it's basically Nazism. This is Nazi shit. Like, what, you think, you know, I would be saying the same thing, you know, you think I would have a different opinion about the Nazis if this was like 1943? I would be, honestly, a lot more aggressive about it. Wipe them all off on the map at that point, type of shit. It's like, you know, get what's coming to them. Give them hell. Bomb them to hell. Show them boys what's for with our good old boys. It's like, you know, I mean, that's how it is as far as I'm concerned. I'm getting increasingly incredibly sick of discussing vote blue no matter who. Yeah, and they're complicit with this. They are complicit with genocide. Straight up complicit with genocide with these fucking rats that are just spreading their fucking disease and genociding every fucking Palestinian. These Zionistic rats. That's what they are. These Zionistic fucking dogs are just fucking evil demons. Like, straight up demented fucking demons. That's what the fuck they all are. Like, any of these motherfuckers. It doesn't matter what background or ethnicity they come from. A Zionist is a Zionist is a Zionist, and they're all fucking Nazis, regardless of their fucking background, and they're fucking animalistic savages. They're more savage than a fucking Mayan when they're, like, you know, carving out a fucking heart out of a slave to cannibalize it. They're more savage than that shit. More primitive than a fucking chimp tribe that's, like, you know, straight up, you know, like, fucking cannibalizing, you know, half their fucking pride. You know, like that you know how, like, you know, some, like, you know, like, chimp leaders will be, like, authoritarianistic, like, brutes, and then, like, the rest of the fucking, you know, I forgot what, like, what is it, a troop? Like a troop of chimps? Like, when they rise up, you know, it's like they fucking go outright, utter, just like, savagely. Like, I mean, it is insane. Like, there's some pictures and videos of this one troop, you know, that was being documented, and it's just like, I mean, and the leader of this troop was outright brutal, and eventually the rest of the troop, got sick of it and basically rose up together against him. And at the end result, that leader, that troop, that alpha chimp had his face ripped off, like literally gutted alive, like fingers, appendages, bit off, fucking like, full on chunks of meat and just body just literally ripped right out, bitten off, carved out. Like, I mean, that's honestly, it's like that is more humane and more ethical than a fucking Zionist. Like, they're more human than a Zionist at this point. Were they trying to introduce currency of the chimps, and a similar effect happened to the chimps that have the rich folk, the most money hoarded it and wouldn't? Yeah, I think there's a similarity to what I'm talking about. Like, because there's been a lot of studies of chimps because of how closely related we are to them. And yeah, it's kind of eerily freaky how society and chimps are very fucking similar to humans. Freakishly eerie. Because, yeah, and I think what I'm mentioning is similar to that. Because I think the same result happened with that. The ones that barely had anything got sick of it and literally slaughtered, and I mean slaughtered, the rich one. The one that was hoarding everything, being greedy, they did not treat that as their own. They treated that like it was like the biggest threat to their lives ever. Like the rich chimp was not recognizable. And, shocker, still more humane than a Zionist. In fact, way more so, because at least, with that, the chimps are relatable. They're killing the rich one. I actually relate to those chimps. We distribute the wealth afterwards. Yeah, if anything, they're more human than we think. So, hey, at least Zionists can't be that human, unfortunately. They could if they weren't Zionists, but, that's unfortunately something that has been conditioned and propagandized into their fucking ape brains. I just hope that fucking, Israel burns. Because, seriously, at this point, I am kind of like an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. At this point. And honestly, for the Israelis that are there, it's either get the fuck out or do a violent revolution against your government. Because at this point, I don't got sympathy for you fuckers that keep staying there. It's either do something and quit just shutting the fuck up and not letting anything happen and just letting this shit happen, or get the fuck out. Leave Israel or fucking start doing a violent revolution against your own fucking government. I'm being serious. The Israeli people need to violently resist their government and rise up violently against the Israeli government. The Israeli people need to do that. At this point, I don't have sympathy for them. If they're not going to do that shit, fuck them. They're complicit. I don't give a fuck how much they protest. Violently rise up against your government, then we'll talk. At that point, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear you bitching. I don't want to hear you crowing about how the Israelis beat you upside the head because you said, hey, what happened to my family? Why aren't you prioritizing them? And then they fucking arrest you and smack you upside the head with their tabor. I ain't gonna give a fuck about you on that. Because guess what? While they're doing that to you, they're shooting some Palestinian child in the fucking head and, fucking bombing his house where half of his family dies. And I'm supposed to give a fuck about you getting a rifle butt to the face? Fuck you. Fucking animal. From what I can tell, GSS and Israel are largely against this nonsense. It's the ones that the insider monsters. Yeah, that's why I don't give a fuck about the Israelis at this point. They're complicit in this shit. Even the ones that are a little against it, they don't do anything to stop it. They'll kind of crow and bitch and moan, and they'll shut the fuck up and let it happen anyway, and just, walk the beat, follow orders like everyone else. Fuck them. It's come pretty obviously and pretty openly goddamn clear that even the ones that don't like what their government's doing don't give enough of a fuck to do anything about it. They don't give a shit. As long as their lives are all in peace, and at the end of the day when the dust settles, they're okay, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a shit. Kind of reminds me of the so-called anti-war libs. Yes, it does, doesn't it? Don't it? Reminds me of NIMBYs. Because that's what these Israelis are. They're upper-class, rich, white NIMBYs and liberals that just want their own, good old boys club and peace and harmony for themselves, but nobody else. They can give a fuck what happens as a result, as long as they get theirs. I don't have sympathy for the Israeli anymore. Even the one, at the very beginning for the ones that were resisting shit a little bit, yeah, sure, but hey, guess what? Y'all decided to shut the fuck up and stop after a while. And even if you are still doing it, y'all got scared because the Israeli government started targeting you too. And instead of violently rising up and fighting it, y'all decided to shut the fuck up and cower with your tail between your legs. So fuck you, you cowardice bitch. You coward fucking Israeli bitches. You pussies. It's like when your own government does that shit to you, that should be a goddamn clear sign that you should take weapons and start rising up against your fucking Nazi government. Not being obedient dogs. And any fucking leftist that advocates vote blue no matter who, you're voting for Joe Biden while this shit's going on, they can go fuck themselves. And as far as I'm concerned, dump him in the West Bank too. See how these motherfuckers like it. See what their fucking tax dollars and what their advocacy, pushes for. We'll see what it looks like. Why don't you go ahead and go to the West Bank or Gaza and see how I feel? Oh wait, you don't want to? Fucking lib. Don't call yourself a leftist at that point, bitch. Motherfuckers. I hate these fucking people, dude. I seriously do. Installation. There we go. As brave as you, I agree with sentiment. I understand the urge to cower from guns and tanks. These are Israelis we're talking about. They're born and raised with a gun in their hands. That's bullshit. These people know war. The Israeli knows nothing more than war. Like, they know war, combat, and violence. That's what they are, that's their bread and butter. So, yeah, honestly, that might be the case if it was like some European bitch. But these are Israelis we're talking about. Like, these motherfuckers are built for war. They are a people who are militaristic. They know war. They love war. They love the idea of spilling blood and killing people. It's in their fucking nature. I mean, honestly, unironically, if there is anything about different humans that might be within the nature of people, for Israelis, that's what it is. Like, it's in their blood to fucking be built for war. I mean, because they're a militaristic fucking warlike people. I mean, look what they've been doing ever since the foundation of their fucking state. It's war, spilling blood, killing people all the time, every fucking day. That's what they know. So this idea that they're gonna cower when the gun's pointed at them, it's a little different, and that seems a little, a bit of a reality check now for you, motherfucker, ain't it? A lot more different when the gun's pointed at you now, ain't it? So I don't got sympathy for these motherfuckers. If they're gonna get be cowardly and scared of their own government and not rise up to it, it's a lot easier to do that to a Palestinian, isn't it, for you, motherfucker? But not to your own government. Suddenly you want to change the tune now. I don't have sympathy. I've any empathy or sympathy I've had for the Israeli, for anyone that's living in that country is gone. That's just done. I mean, that towards Americans, but again, you're right. Dude, Americans are the same fucking way, bro. This country was goddamn founded on it. I mean, honestly, Americans ain't no different. And the thing is, a lot of those Israelis are Americans. In fact, I would argue that a good, at least a third of the Israelis are American born and raised. From fucking New York or Hollywood. Because that's where most of them live. Most of these fucking Israelis and shit aren't even necessarily Israeli. They're Americans. They're European fucking mixed breeds, basically. Hot, fuck. Let that cool down. I mean, it's like they're fucking mutts. I mean, it's like they're not inherently Semitic Palestinian, or Semitic Arabs or Semitic peoples there. They're Europeans. They're Americans that are Israelis. In America are way more militant than our side. I think they're just a lot more vocal about it. Conservatives here in America are a lot more vocal about their militancy. Leftists are too. We just are quiet about it. For good reason, though. Rather conservatives be a lot more loud about it, because then, hey, the eyeballs are on them more. And besides, it's like, fuck. Like, a lot of them aren't even going to be against what's happening anyway. And in fact, a lot of them are probably more than willing to, go to Israel. In fact, a lot of them do. Like, Israel openly grants free citizenship to whoever wants to, slaughter fucking Palestinians with them in their Nazi fucking regime. Anyone who wants to join the Nazi regime, they're more than willing to accept you. Unless you happen to be a mulatto, black, or non-Jew by any metric, because if that's the case, then you're considered a second or third class citizen. They have literally a racial caste system in Israel. Like, unironically. If you're a white Israeli Zionist Jew, then you are literally the purest of the purebreds. You're the most Aryan, uber-dimension Israeli, in accordance to the Israeli government. And if you happen to be a non-Jewish white Israeli or anything like that, you're basically one step lesser than that. If you happen to be any other Jewish minority, like Ethiopian Jews, you're now, at this point, second-class citizens or third-class citizens. They treat you as a lesser individual. Gay marriage and homosexuality and shit is verboten in Israel. They are a fascist Nazi right-wing government. All these things that, leftists and liberals, want to boast about, Israel's fundamentally against. And will destroy these values the fucking second they have an ability to do so, because they have every day, countless times, over and over and over again. Stepdouche was devastated. Aw, Stepdouche was devastated because he can't see a Palestinian child get their brain blown the fuck out by an Israeli sniper. Shame. Fucking animal. Fuck, like I said, these people are barely fucking human at this point. This is 2014, but yeah. No, actually that would make sense because, there was the whole fucking situation that happened there, in 2014. There was a big incursion that happened in Gaza. There was a whole fucking, conflict where Israel was pushing at that time. Never got exactly what it was called, but I know during that time there was a whole big incursion that was happening. It's probably why Stepdouche wanted to go. He wanted to see, a few Palestinians get eradicated, probably. Want to see my good Nazi boys, take out these goddamn Arab saying N-words. So I didn't actually know that. Well, I was starting to kind of get politically aware by that point, but I didn't really know about that until a little bit later, to be fair as well. I didn't really get as knowledgeable about the Israeli-Palestine conflict and genocide up until, I don't know, maybe 2016-ish, around the same time as you, probably. I was aware of it, I was familiar with Israel and shit, but I genuinely did not, really understand the complexities yet. I was a lot more of just let both people live in peace. What the fuck, man? I was at that point, but now it's just no, fuck Israel. It should be disbanded as a nation state. Fucking river to sea, bitch. Fuck Israel. At this point, it is now one state Palestinian solution at this rate. Israel is, as far as I'm concerned, has lost every fucking right as a nation to, well, be a nation. I don't think a two-state solution is honestly going to work anymore. A one-state Israeli solution certainly ain't going to work, so, hey, one option left. Or we have a no-state solution, where it's literally international land, operated by the UN, and UN military forces are there overseeing shit, where you have to, cycle troops or something. Because honestly, there ain't going to be any solution unless you have a strong authoritarian militaristic boot on the ground to stop Israel. Because if not, you're just going to have a genocide no matter what. And a two-stage solution is honestly going to just be a stopholder gap until, they decide to have enough more of a military force to do it again. Because at that point, now you'll just have two nation states at war. And then at that rate, it's just going to fucking, be, honestly, it's going to be seen as just a war at that point. That's my problem with a two-state solution. You think fucking Israel's going to abide by that? No. They're going to still want a one-state solution, and they're just going to use this as a justification to do even more of an ethnic cleansing by saying, oh, these are now two nations at war. This ain't just trying to deal with terrorists, this is now nations at war. So now it looks a lot more different. I mean, it's like, and also more of a justification to go to war with their neighbors, like Lebanon, Iran, shit like that. Honestly, I'm not advocating for a two-state solution at this point because of this. Because Israel used it as a justification to say, see, now that Palestinians have their own nation state, look, see, they're going to Iran, they're going to all these people that are a direct threat to us, Israel, so we have to go to war with Palestine now. We have to go to war with Iran. That's what's going to happen. So, one-state Palestinian solution or no state at all. Israel cannot, honestly, at this point, exist with how fascist and Nazi they are. With how much of a Nazi fucking theocratic state that they are right now, like, that's just gonna happen. That's gonna be the result, no matter what. No matter what the fucking solution is, unless it's a Palestinian-only solution, like the current Israeli Nazi fucking government is just gonna continue to do this shit over and over and over again until they have everything, until they have the fucking world. They want global world dominance, and it's like in this idea that to allow this state to continue to exist, while that is their fucking premise and root foundation of the Holy Land, it's never gonna work. It never will. They think they have like some 2,000-3,000 year old holy edict to this place. It's not going to stop. As long as Israel exists in any form, it will never stop. It's not going to, ever. It has to be a Palestinian state, or else this is just going to keep going. It will never end. I mean, honestly, I'm being fucking just blunt with this, because because you think this shit would have stopped by now if two-state solution would have been a genuine solution. I mean, seriously, because I think arguably there's been multiple times where two-state. The 67 borders, for example, right? A two-state solution has been around for a while, but who keeps adamantly being against it no matter what, and proving my point? Israel. They're the ones who are always against this shit, always violently, militantly against this, always, being like, nuh-uh, we want everything, no matter the fuck what. It proves my point. Historically, this is what the government and the nation state's always been about. Ethnic cleansing, establishing the Holy Land, and the global dominance of that Holy Land. Like, that's what they want. So they can establish revelation so Jesus can return and also the fucking shit and literally bring on the apocalypse. They literally want the apocalypse in the fucking world to end. They want nuclear war. They want hellfire to be unleashed so they can have their holy religious revelations. It's fucking evil shit. It's evil shit. Like, they're fucking demons. Like, they want the world to fucking end, and they will do anything to have nuclear hellfire on all of us. Like it's an existential threat fucking shit. Like, as long as the state exists, like, it is not going to stop. And they're going to do anything and everything to have this happen. It's in Revelations. It's in this biblical prophecy shit that they talk about all the time. Who's the biggest advocates for this, by the way? Evangelical Christians. It's in their book. They talk about it all the time. This whole Revelations, end of the world, nuclear hellfire shit, that's what they want. They talk about it all the time because this is what they predict is going to happen when Israel has everything. Because they know the Israeli government, is being overtly Nazi and fascist as they are, and knowing that, most of their fan base and most of their fucking supporters of the government are these people, American evangelical far-right Nazi Christian types. Like, they know, like, that is their main base, and that's what they advocate for, and Israel's going to abide. Did you hear that we dropped bombs in Iraq on Iranian-backed group? Yeah, I'm aware of that. That's partly why I'm talking about it, because I saw a little bit about that. So, yeah, it's a part of what I'm talking about. Like, it's just going to be a slow ramping up until fucking, Israel drops a nuke or something. Because they have nukes. It's an open secret. So it's only a matter of time until somebody, their military, gets a little too, trigger happy and launches one. because they've openly talked about using this as an option. Like, there was a minister that literally said, we will use nuclear capabilities if we have to. And he got a slap on the wrist, because he said that publicly. Netanyahu didn't, get rid of him. They literally, mentioned that, and, and Netanyahu's like, hey, shut the fuck up. It's like, I'm going to, on the public, make it look like you stepped down and all this other stuff, but in reality, he's still in charge and all this other shit. So he's still there. Like, the guy who said that is still in charge of what he's doing. They can't be that stupid to drop it that close to their homeland. They are. Again, they know nothing but war. Like, the Israeli government and the Israelis, when it comes to them down there, that's all they know. They know fucking war, death, and blood. Spilling blood, creating death, and, fucking utter destruction. For supremacy of their own people. That's what they give a fuck about, and that's, for the most part, all they care about. They don't give a shit what the consequences are. If so, they would not be doing this right now. Wouldn't they? Because the consequences on the global scale for especially the public perception of Israel is very negative, ain't it? They would recognize that, but they don't give a goddamn lick of a dick. In fact, they're ramping it up. Every time people fucking criticize it, they ramp it up more. So, if anything, they're tripling down every time people bitch at them. It's like every time, it's like, people are like, what the fuck are you doing? They're like, oh, you mean this? Takes an 11-year-old to literally fucking point blank blast him in the face right in front of you. What, that? Or this? Fucking slits the throat of a fucking 11-year-old girl. Oh, and that building over there? Just a fucking 3-story fucking apartment block just collapses. That? You want us to stop? Here, let me take this machine gun, this 50 caliber. Oh, look at all those children. That's what they're doing to your fucking face. It's like they're literally saying, what, us? Doing this? Fucking executing children right in your face? No! That's Hamas, obviously. That 6-year-old boy that just shot in the head? Hamas. They literally don't care. They're rubbing it in your fucking face. They rub it in every fucking time. When I see these videos of them destroying apartment blocks and fucking neighborhoods, these fucking animals literally are cheering and celebrating and singing fucking Israeli songs and shit. These fucking dogs double and triple down every fucking time. No matter what. They're just fucking evil savages. They might be hopped up on their own religion and think they're doing God's work. They are. They are. That literally is what's going on. They're hopped up on the drug of religion and the drug of Nazi racial supremacy thinking. Like, the combination of that two is an evil, disgusting, violent, deadly cocktail indeed. It's way more deadly than a Brompton's cocktail. If you don't know what that is, it's a mix of opioids and alcohol and drinking and taking all those pills at once. Gets you fucked up, but you can die from it. Just like the Rev from Avenged Sevenfold. So I know about it. Anyway, just a little side point. More deadly than that. Probably more deadly than fucking cyanide. Religion hits the same receptors as hard drugs. It's as if Karl Marx actually had a point when he said religion is the opioid of the masses. It's as if he might have actually been onto something with that. Say what you want about all of his other ideas and shit. If there's one thing he hit the nail on the head absolutely with, it's that. Like, flawlessly. Perfect, just like, it's like you have that nail, like, that you're about to set, you're just like, got it right there, kind of do a little tap to kind of have it set right there. It's like the flawless, boom, just one smack and it just goes perfectly straight right down there. Just that perfect, it's just like flawless. Just a flawless, like one hit on the hammer and it just goes right in. Perfectly. Like a glove. Like, I mean, Marx was absolutely fucking just flawlessly, objectively correct at that. And, hey, what do you know? Studies, nowadays, fast forward to today, show that that's fucking true. Call me a weirdo for this take. I think Marx would have disavowed most so-called communists. I don't know. I don't really think about shit like that because, I mean, I don't really care about what, like, an old dead guy from, would kind of hypothetically think about us today. I just, like consider what, they had to work with and what they said of their times and just try to extrapolate that to today. See where the commonalities are and when it comes to that type of shit. It's like, it's just one of those things where it's like, there's nothing wrong with, looking at the past and old people and shit, but the hypothetical of like, what would they think of people today? It's like, I don't fucking know. And that ain't really the point, when it comes to like, figuring out like their ideas or their philosophy and shit. Last stretch partner, when you get on a horse ride off, no cars, no people. It's you riding off in the lone sunset. Damn right. Damn right, boy. Trying to get into theory and goddamn it's drier than Ben Shapiro's wife. Just watch some videos on it. Like, there's definitely videos and stuff available, to kind of help you kind of break it down. I mean, it's not like, it's some impossible thing. What the hell? Chinese chess champion stripped of title after defeating or defecating in a hotel bathtub? Well, that's random. That's random as fuck. Hold on. I'm gonna pull this up on my phone so I can listen to this. Because I don't have my speakers, so I don't want to ear rape everybody. I'm looking at this up really quick. Hold on. It's a most critical video. This shouldn't be hard to find. Self-owned sane leftism is caused by atrophied fear organ, while conservatives have a fully functioning one. That's not the own he thinks it is. Wait, what? Leftism, doesn't have like it has like the organ that, gives you fear, the fight and flight response. While us conservatives, it's functioning and works, bitch. That's not an own, dude. It's like your fucking your fight and flight animal instincts is like more developed than your frontal cortex, like your prefrontal lobe. Like, bruh, that's a self-own. Wouldn't you want the front of your brain more developed more than the fight, flight, animal instinct shit in the back? That's just me. Because from what I understand, like the parts of your brain that like handle the fight, flight, animalistic insult shit, but like, all that's back here. So it's like, what, you think that shit being more developed than your frontal lobe is good? Frankly, you want all of your brain to be fully developed. To be fucking honest here. You want all of it fully developed and all that shit. But if your fight and flight response is like atrophied in your brain, but everything else is all good, that's still good though, in a way. It's like, because, hell, sure, you might be a lot more of an adrenaline junkie. You might not be as fearful and shit like that when death stares you in the face or something, but so what? If anything, doesn't that mean that leftists would probably take more risks? Wouldn't we take more risks and fucking, like, and all that shit, you know what I mean? Be more willing to be adventurous, be risky, and put ourselves in danger more? That's not an own, bro. That's actually kind of sad. Damn. Of course. There we go. I'm not trying to sell it. It's more of general saying, but why do people need to read books about why everyone being treated fairly is a good idea? Like, shouldn't that be common sense? Yeah, wait, why has that an insult to value? Hey, people based off whether their actions cause harm or not. That isn't an invite to chat. I don't even know what Rosa's meaning by that, but whatever. You can convince that poor family shouldn't go hungry, or that they should come here for a better opportunity. There's something wrong with you. Yeah, I mean, no shit. I mean, duh. I mean, it should be just considered basic empathy and shit, but unfortunately there's a lot of fucking psychopaths that do not feel that way. Especially considering the whole, Israel-Palestine thing we were talking about from earlier. I was just trying to head off that pass. Well, I already did that earlier. But this man was talking about reading theory. Oh, well, I was just telling him honestly, the thing is, reading theory is fine and all, but, that's not really, the core thing that you need. If you understand, a lot of the basic shit that comes from the theory, that's really what you need. This thing is, most people aren't, theory bros, right? That's not most people. So, if you're able to understand a theory without necessarily having to read it or research it and shit like that, or whatever the fuck, that's fine and dandy. That's okay. A lot of people are like that. A lot of the theory that I know is because I read a bunch of theoretical books or something. A lot of it is just kind of giving a surface glancatory, look at some of the shit, what other people thought about it, stuff like that. And just kind of my own experience and my own, take on it. If anything, kind of create my own theory out of it all. Seems to be foreign part of my language. Nerd bros want to feel better than their so-called uneducated. I guess. But, I don't know. For some, for sure. I definitely see people that are like that, but, I don't necessarily think it's like that for everybody. Oh, you know what? There's also fucking, oh, dude, honestly, there are so many different types of people like this. It's Hakeem as well. Dude, honestly, so many different people on, the left side of things are such weird-ass theory bros. It's part of the reason why I think leftists just aren't as, big, I guess. It's not because, there's something wrong with them. It's that so many of them are nerdy, dorky-ass nerd bros and theory bros that it's just a boring turn-off to a lot of, people. They're not going to give as much fuck about that. So, that's the kind of thing. It's a lot of people on the left need to, even if they are theory bros and nerd bros for it, they have to, regurgitate that for normies and other people to understand. And it ain't that hard. It really isn't. But you kind of need to socialize and talk to people to figure that out. You can't just go out there and water it down, and figure it out, just based on who you're talking to. All you have to do is just look at the theory that you know. For example, let's just take something, as an example, unions and labor, right? And honestly, that's a very easy thing too. There's a lot of intricate and complex theory behind all that stuff, and honestly, different types of theory and shit behind all of it. But it certainly is, something that can be easily regurgitated for the average person to understand, regardless of what different theory and shit like that exists out there for it. Because all that, if anything, it's the theory behind a lot of these philosophies is more of a guidebook more than some sort of a step-by-step process. That's really what theory is. It's more of an advice book / guidebook on how to push these bigger, broader ideas that are within these philosophies. Whether it's unionization or equality of housing or all this other shit. It's basically just taking these basic fucking principles and and then basically just regurgitate it and just use whatever different theories and everything else in between all that as a guidebook to figure out how you get to the average person with that shit. To look at that entire guidebook and basically try to regurgitate that for somebody ain't gonna work. You have to figure it out when it comes to the person or the individual to an extent, because everyone's got their own way of figuring shit out to an extent or talking with. So that's the kind of the point of socializing. It's at least when it comes to this part, Yeah, like sometimes, you could talk like, a more blunt left version of like, labor or something like that, to your buddies. But if you're at like the bar, and you're talking to like a more conservative leaning older fella about it, who might be more critical of it, I mean, it's not like you can't talk about the same shit to him where it might persuade him, but you have to just, catch it out in a different way. You can't talk about it in the same way that you normally would with your buddies, so to speak. Like, I could talk about, like, fucking workers' revolutions and shit like that with my friends all day long, but I can't really be overtly, vocal about that type of shit in a sense with, like, some conservative blue-collar working Joe Schmo at the karaoke bar or something. I swear I'm the youngest person in this hotel. Maybe everyone here looks 15 bare minimum. Commentary how young folk can afford hotel stays. Well, it's more or less that hotels are expensive. Like, I mean, if young people are more likely to, just move in together and bunk up in apartments and split rent, or live in their car, or something like that. Because frankly, having a hotel, trying to stay in a hotel, like, for housing is fucking retardedly expensive. It costs way more than rent if you really add it all up. So, I mean, it's genuinely not exactly a very affordable thing. What? Socialism. Socialize. Socialists. I want you to socialize. Just like that, I'm a right to it. Oh, I know, Mama spent $450 for 4 days here. Fucking God, dude. Ugh. Proving my point. Ugh. Bruh. Yeah, and that's why, most young people don't go to hotels. Like, honestly, for a lot of young people, if they're, like, going somewhere for, like, a weekend or a night or two, they would literally rather just sleep on the street, sleep in their vehicle, or bunk up with somebody and split the rent for a little bit. Or what, it's like, or, have an Airbnb where maybe it might be cheaper. Maybe. But Airbnbs are fucking horrible, and plus they're a lot more likely to probably have some creeper spy on you for the cam. Apparently that's a really big problem with Airbnbs, where like the people that own these Airbnbs will set up like secret cameras and all this other shit, and Airbnb literally does not give a fuck. They don't care. They don't do anything about it. So it's like, that's a problem. That's a thing. So it's like, okay, what the fuck? Yeah, formal hotel stops. Oh God, oof. I love how you're like coming to Texas right now as I'm leaving. Like, that's like 125 a day. It is. 125, 250, 375. Is it? It's not like 100. It's a little different. Math, I hate you. It'd be $112.05 or $112.50. Yeah. I said not exactly. Did you? That's the only comment I see. I said like, not exact. Oh, well, okay. Well, I'm the nerd bro over here, okay? And I'm not good at math, so I just wanted to see how much it would be. I'm sorry, I got curious. Not trying to make the return, because I am too. Here. At least Ignar isn't good at math. At meth? Yeah, I'm certainly not good at meth, and I'm, like, for sure, absolutely 100%. And, yeah, and I'm definitely not good at math either. And I'm not good at meth because I will never do that. It's gross and fucking horrible. Ugh. Never touch that shit. Yeah, what meth is a subject down here a lot of folks are good at. Oh, I bet. Oh, I bet. Used to be a big subject people back here in the 90s used to know up in Portland. Not so much anymore, though. I mean, it's still a problem. It's still here for sure, but it used to be like a fucking epidemic back in like the 90s and shit. It was so bad that, I mean, my parents were a part of that too when they both moved up here. Has weird effects on autistic folk. Huh. Well, I'm not, I never would fucking touch it anyway. I'm not gonna test that. Addies put me to sleep too. I've never had Addies, so I want to know about that either. But then again, I want to fucking really touch that shit. Like, I'm not about that, so, It's tricked into it, to be honest. I was told it was Molly. Well, I mean, I'm not, just, like, blaming you or something. It's just something that I want to do. I know someone who joked about it, that they're a weed dealer, and they said, and they were like, meth's so dangerous. I know someone who joked about that with their weed dealer, and they were like, stay the fuck away from that stuff. Yeah. Dude, honestly, like, even other drug dealers that, you know, that, like, will maybe, like, sell weed, coke, or psychedelics and shit, they, like, honestly, they will tell you that. I mean, I know, like, it's the stereotypical thing that, like, drug dealers have no ethics and blah, 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 and all that sort of shit, but it's like, no, they do. Like, what, do you think they want, like, all their fucking, you know, consumers to OD and die, like, off the first purchase? Like, no. Like, they want to sell, like, you know, some good stuff, good quality shit, and make sure that people are at least safe enough, you know, to come back. Do weed dealers want you to stay alive so you can continue to buy from them? Well, just in general. I mean, it's just like, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I mean, they're not necessarily like, you know, pushing like a healthy market, obviously, but I mean, fuck. It certainly is something that, you know, like they take into consideration. And there's obviously some shit that they're, you know, gonna evidently be against, be like, nah, fuck that shit. Don't be, you know, feeling those motherfuckers. If anything, I mean, weed actually helps, you know, people kind of slowly but surely wean off of some drugs. Because it makes the withdrawal symptoms less intolerable. Yeah, this pulled up for... go bathroom real quick. Be right back. I almost did a coke once, but I was gonna get one 500 for an 8-ball, and I was like, nah, that's way too much for something that won't last me more than a couple nights. I mean, dude, you obviously, yeah, you were 19. I'm not gonna fucking dog on you for it, but dude, $500 for an 8-ball sounds like a deal. I mean, if it's good shit, at least. I would hope it is. I mean, up here, there's definitely a pretty decent amount of cocaine that gets spread around. Honestly, I could tell that at the bar I go to for karaoke and shit, I'm kind of like convinced that low-key that there's like cocaine dealing that happens in my town. And some of the people that have it, like to come to the bar sometimes. Because, I mean, I've done it once with a buddy. Not my thing, whatever. I don't care about it. But there was definitely like, a couple other times where, actually this one time this dude is like, that ain't a drug sniffing dog, is it? Because I had my dog with me. And I was like, no. He's like, good, because I have drugs. I'm just like, okay, I don't know why you're admitting that to me, but I don't care, cool. Have fun with that. And he's like, yeah, I just don't want to, have like any problems with that, so, just wanted to make sure. And just kind of like walked away for a minute. Went to the bathroom, I came back and I saw him doing that as he was walking out of the bathroom. I'm like, okay. I was like, all right, well, have fun, bud. You have a good time with that. Can't be like, can I have some? Well, I knew what he meant because he had coke, and I did it once already, and I was like, it's not my thing, so whatever. I don't really give a shit about it. Like, all it really does is make me feel like I had like 5 of these once, like 5 coffees, like right to the dome. It's basically what it feels like. It doesn't really do much for me. Which is good, at least. I mean, I'd rather it not do shit and just be like, whatever about it, versus like, suddenly realizing it's like the fucking Heavenly Matrimony or some shit. Like Jordan Belfort shit, where I'm have like 8,000 pounds of cocaine, like stuffed in a couch cushion. What have you done? It feels like, is that Joseph and Doug? No? Does he want some? I mean, yeah, I would not, no. Yeah, just no. He turned into a fiend. No, I mean, honestly, I don't even think he would give a shit. He'd probably take one look at it, get one quick little sniff to see, what it is, and he'd probably be like, do that, like his little sneeze, and not give a shit. Like, I mean, cause like my dog has like looked at weed, at alcohol, and other stuff before. We'll stare at it, sniff it for a second, and not give a shit. Like dead ass. He'll like look at it, be like, and just like move on, basically. Zhukov don't care. Like legit, he's not really he's not like a stoner dog or a dog that will have like beer or anything. He's not one of those doggos. I know like people got some doggos that will do that. What if you took a shit on your weed? That wouldn't happen. These hypotheticals have to fucking make sense for them to work. You do realize where I like store my weed and stuff, right? It's nowhere for him to get to. Not that I'd be worried about that anyway, because Zukov doesn't really do that anyway. One thing he snoops in is food. Like, he'll find my snacks and treats and shit. Oh, fuck. Speaking of which, I hope that no one left my door open in my room. Because I had snacks in there that, like those little cheesy crackers or whatever the fuck. I had like one of those in my room. Oh, shit. If that door is open, I know it's gonna be a goddamn mess in there. Oh no. Oh no, I hope that's closed. Hope that, no one opened my door in my room to let him in there for whatever reason. Because if so, it's gonna look like a goddamn nightmare. Oh god, oh no, I hope not. I hope not. Look at this little video here for a while. About this Chinese chess cheating thing. I also want to look at, just because of the title of the article that I'm looking at, chess champion stripped of title after defecating in a hotel bathtub. Lovely.
Do you remember the now infamous chess cheating scandal that rocked the entire planet due to the absurd nature of some of the claims, where one of the best chess players of all time, Magnus Carlsen,
he had like a fucking, supposedly, theoretically, like a vibrator, you know, like a butt plug vibrator in order to help cheat. From my understanding, that's actually bullshit. Like, if I remember correctly, I think, you know, it came out where it's like, yeah, none of that is actually true. Like, he didn't cheat or anything. It's just some really weird, silly thing that's all conjured up.
Lost, and he insinuated that his opponent may have used less than honorable methods to achieve their victory. As a result, his opponent, Hans Niemann, was accused by many of being a potential cheater. And one of the theories that was cooked up, most...
Dude, my emoji thing is secretly British. This is what happens when I type chips. Fries? Dude, what the fuck? Got dog cheese, cheesy doggo, and then fries, but they're called chips. Well, hold on. I want to see what happens if I do that. I'm gonna do this. Let's see. Hold on. I'm gonna do a little test here. Okay, come on. Dude, like, the keyboard, like, when adding a comment for YouTube is so retarded. Like, it glitches so badly. It's so annoying. It's on YouTube specifically. Like, any other fucking thing, it's totally fine. Oh, you're right, dude. Bro, you're totally right. What the hell? Hold up. Let me do this. Here, look at this. Dude. Chips. Right there. Boom. See? Fries. Let's do that. Fries. What the fuck? Yo. Nothing comes up when I type fries. Does that mean crisps or normal chips? Crisps. Nope. Well, I typed in fries right there and it popped up as the same emoji. What the hell? So it doesn't pop up for you? Weird.
In jest by a lot of people, but some very vehemently defended the idea that Hans Niemann may have cheated by having anal beads in his rectum. And just when you thought it was safe to go to a chess tournament with your sphincter unclenched, we see a very similar thing happen today. So that whole situation with Magnus Carlsen and Hans Niemann had a conclusion. That had a whole season finale, a whole ending arc. But the idea of anal beads to cheat still persists. And we've now just seen a new accusation against another Chinese chess player this time, that they may have cheated using a similar piece of technology,
It's a piece of technology. I love it, dude. Bro, dude, how do you cheat in chess? Honestly, like, how do you do that? I mean, it's, like, I really honestly don't understand that. Like, I'm sure there's a way to do that, but, like, how does that even work?
Nefarious method for cheating. So there is a claim that someone who just won the championship did so by having a device planted in their colon where they would rhythmically tighten their sphincter in order to send signals back about the positioning on the board and then receive information on the best move to play. So it's the exact same concept. History truly does repeat itself. And so the champion has been accused of cheating, but that hasn't been proven 100% beyond a shadow of a doubt. But what has been proven is that he has pooped in a bathtub. I've been unable...
Why, honestly? It's like, I love it. I love how there's a cheating scandal, but the only reason why it even popped up is because this guy took a shit in the tub. Which, why? I mean, did you have to go and that was closer than the toilet?
Able to locate crime scene photographic evidence, so I don't know if this is a Caddyshack moment with like just one turd floating around, or if this was like destroying the bathtub beyond all salvation. I'm not sure. But because he shit in the bathtub, he has been stripped of his championship title due to his bad behavior.
What, dude? Like, it ain't, happening while he's in the championship or whatever the fuck. I mean, whatever. It's like if I got, like, disqualified, for like, some, like, marching band thing or whatever the fuck in, like, high school because, like, I skipped class once or some shit. It's like, come on. That just seems kind of dumb. Especially considering that that didn't happen when he was like at the tournaments and stuff. It's like that behavior is not like, like in the tournaments or some shit. It's not like he just decided to like, get up from the tournaments like, I'll be right back, gotta take a bathroom break. Just goes to the tub and just destroys it or something like that. That's not happening. It's like, come on. Like, I mean, I feel like that's a little dumb. Unless there's overt proof that he cheated, then sure, do it that way. But just because of that, that's just dumb.
One moment of weakness. Some Hershey squirting accident in the bathtub has now cost him the title of champion. I went over it on stream, so I'll show you clips from that. But I also wanted to go over a little bit from the Mr. Beast These Nuts lawsuit that I touched on last night, because I didn't even know that was going on, and I found that to be pretty interesting too. The Chinese chess champion stripped of title after defecating in hotel bathtub, allegedly used anal beads to cheat. I saw the headline, I haven't looked at it. Let's take a peek. So Chinese chess is different than normal chess. It's a completely different set of rules. This led to a lot of confusion on Twitter from what I saw.
I have kids in the bathroom with me and they're trying to get in the tub. They have food and water right next to it and they'd rather drink tub water.
But I'm very curious how pooping in a bathtub would somehow give him the tools he needed to win this match. I feel like that'd be a detriment more than anything. The world of Chinese chess is in an uproar over rumors of cheating and a bad behavior scandal that saw the national champion stripped of his title on Monday after a victory celebration ended with him defecating in a hotel bathtub.
That I don't get. Like, so he has like a celebration of like, yeah, I won. Like, so did he like drink too much or something? Like, what happened here? Like, just because he, I don't know, like got a little too lit or something and shat in a tub, like, I mean, I don't know. That's not a big deal to me.
I mean, if you're not shitting in a bathtub, are you even really celebrating? I don't even know why they'd be upset about that. Why would that be an issue? His joy was short-lived, with the CXA on Monday announcing that Jan would have his title revoked and prize money confiscated after he'd been caught disrupting public order and displaying extremely bad character.
Dude, man, China is so much more conservative about this shit than America, bro. What the fuck? Like, that is so stupid. Like, that's in the privacy of his own fucking home, or I guess hotel, I suppose in this case. Like, fuck off. Like, oh, like, since when is it illegal to have, like, bad, character, or, like, yeah, extremely bad character? It's like, oh my god, bro. Ugh. Dude, gross, cringe. Shot in the tub, you have lost 8,000 social credit points.
The association was also forced to address rumors circulating online that Jan had cheated during the competition by using anal beads equipped with wireless transmitters to send and receive signal.
Can't have their champion taking it. I mean, if my champion ain't taking a tub dump, I don't want them as a champion. That's how I feel.
How would that work, though? You can't have anal beads and be in a bathtub at the same time. Like...
Yeah, it can.
Those two just wouldn't mix, right? I imagine the water would short-circuit it.
No?
Or maybe I'm just not familiar with where anal bead technology is. Maybe it's more sophisticated than I give it credit for. Jan allegedly clinched and unclinched rhythmically to communicate information about the chessboard via...
Oh my god. The way that's talked about and described. He would clench and unclench. Like, what the fuck? But where does it say in here? Where does it say it? Clench and unclench rhythmic? What the fuck, dude? I'm trying to imagine that, bro. Like, what the hell?
Code to a computer, which then sent back instructions on what moves to make in the form of vibrations, according to reports circulating on Chinese social site Weibo.
How would you even figure that out? Like, I'm assuming you would have to have, like, you know, certain vibrations kind of, like, set in place for, like, you know, specific moves, but how would you, like, you would have to set up so many different, like vibrational patterns, I guess, you know, and also memorize all of them. You know what I mean? It's like, honestly, I'm kind of impressed by this, if this is what happened.
Based on our understanding of the situation, it's currently impossible to prove that Jan engaged in cheating via anal beads as speculated on social media. But he was stripped of his title and banned from playing for a year after his celebration went wayward. Jan consumed alcohol with others in his room on the night of the 17th and then defecated in the bathtub of the room he was staying in on the 18th. In an act that damaged hotel property, violated public order and good morals.
Oh my god. Okay, it did not damage hotel property. Like, you know, all you have to do is, like, sanitize the fuck out of it, deep clean it, and there you go, you're good. And good morals? Fuck off. Like, fuck off, China. Negative impact on the competition in an event of disrespect, like, extremely bad character. Fuck off. Like, I mean, good lord. These moralistic, puritanical fucking prudes, dude. I cannot stand these motherfuckers no matter where they, you know, no matter what walk of life they come from. These moralistic fucking piece of shits that just, like, want to take someone having a good time, you know, got a little too, you know, sauced up at the party, took shit into, I mean, it's like, whatever, bro. You had a good time, got a little too lit, big whoop. I mean, it's like, you know, sure, you can probably talk and be like, yo, you know, you kind of fucked up a little bit, might want to, like, you know, try to mind yourself next time, you know, don't get too crazy, you know, so to speak, on your celebration. You know, sure, you know, have a little, like, you know, the pep talk of, like, hey, yeah, I had a little too much last night there, bro. You know, it's like, I mean, that's all good, but, like, this bullshit about, like, oh, your morals are just depraved, oh, extremely bad character, oh, how dare you, it had a negative impact on us all. It's like, fuck off. It's like, you moralistic, prudish bitch. Ugh, I hate motherfuckers like that, bro, so much. God damn, bro. It's coming from the same country that imprisoned its StarCraft champion for daring to stay free Hong Kong while live streaming. Yep. Oh yeah, but you know, extremely bad character and just what else? Violating public order. It's a fucking hotel room. That's not public. That is. This just also proves that there's no such thing as privacy in China, and they don't beat around the bush with it either. We at least, like, kind of beat around the bush and have, like, this basic idea of privacy, but China everywhere is public, even your own home. Like, there is no privacy. Like, that's why, honestly, they say violate public order, even though it's in the privacy of his hotel room of a few friends celebrating. But, you know, no matter what, it's public. Everything is public there because, you know, the fucking Big Brother watches. You know, Winnie the Xi Ping Poo is, you know, watching you no matter where you are. I mean, it's like it's basically like if America's, like, NSA, you know, spying, wiretapping shit was taken, like, just that one or two extra steps. You know, that's basically is what it is. Like, it's what America kind of wishes they could do more blunt and overtly. I'm sure the people in power here would love to implement China's system here for the masses. Yeah, they do. They just have a lot more of this facade to say that you have freedom and stuff like that. There's more of a facade around it, and a lot more of a hands-off approach, but once you get a little too uppity about certain things, then they come a-knocking.
Had a negative impact on the competition and the event, and was extremely bad character. Okay, I misunderstood. I thought he was playing Chinese chess in the bathtub for the championship and then pooped himself.
Why would there be... that's...
Okay, so these are totally separate instances. So he's being accused of cheating via the anal beads method, and then after winning via cheating, went and pooped in the bathtub. Got it. Okay. Used his prostate as a Morse code.
Oh shit, I just realized that I could see Moist Critical's, like, desktop bar. When he was doing his live stream, it was 10:13 p.m. on the 27th, which is last night, I think. Yeah, it was. What else is that? Yeah, I see OBS down there in the corner with Discord. And my lord. And it looks like at least yesterday, as of 10:13 in Florida, it was 62 degrees and cloudy. I'm not even kidding. Dude, his little like desktop bar is just right there for all to see. I love it. Butthole's a weapon. I know, dude. Like when when the bunghole becomes a weapon to use as a form of cheating, I mean, you know humanity's peaked.
Receptor. Well, not a receptor, a Morse code transmitter. It's basically like the Lorenz machine from the World War II era. He's sending code back. I'm curious, is there any more on this? I want to see the scene of the crime. Can I see how much poop was in the bathtub? Like maybe it was
is there like photo evidence or something?
Or maybe he like actually destroyed the bathroom. Yeah, it doesn't look like we have any proof of the defecating. I'll take their word for it though. God, I just need you to see this. This is...
Damn. Yeah, I think that's the last he kind of talks about from the looks of it here, I think.
Boy, I don't have to
oh, no, he doesn't.
go
Okay.
around and go through hoops to get to websites anymore. This is what I get. This is unusable. This is actually...
Dude, for real. Holy shit. Dude, I have to do this all the time. This is literally what I deal with all the fucking time. Look at this shit. Look at that. Ad. Like, ads are everywhere, bro. It's like, dude, that is unusable. Dude, after all these ads, there's literally more ads everywhere. Oh my god, I can see Charlie's email. But, like, dude, they're everywhere. What the hell?
Fucking usable. It's 5 ads per 3 blocks of text. Per 3 blocks of text. Bare minimum. And
there's ads everywhere and then, like, literally 2 lines of text.
Auto playing videos out the wazoo. It's fucking miserable. I'm just trying to see a picture of the pooped-in bathtub. That's it. Did you see the latest on Wander Franco? He was on the run in the Dominican Republic and police found him today. Oh, they already found him? Damn, one of the video ideas we had was to track down Wander Franco. Since he played for the Rays, we thought it'd be fun if we were the ones to catch him. Like...
I don't know about that one, but I learned he was smoking and he pulled away last second and gave the dirtiest kitty look. Well, yeah, because you probably thought you were going to try to eat him or something. It's like, what the fuck, bro? What are you trying to eat me for? It's like, bro, what the hell, man? Why'd you do that? Why are you doing that? Let's see. That should be good. Whatever. Sweet. Man, even YouTube's just kind of, you know, like, bad about this, too. Like, I'm, like, just going for this main homepage really quick, and it's just straight up, like... ads like every 2 or 3 video posts, and it's just ridiculous. But utterly ridiculous. Like, holy shit. Oof. Man, I'm so sick of ads. Can we just do a total and complete shutdown of advertisements until we figure out what the hell's going on? Well, that's how I feel about that, I tell you what. Because boo. Fucking boo. I do what you dare say. We're kind of like chilly just actually I know it's going to be kind of a little colder, but luckily I won't have to be here forever for that. 47? My god. Oof. Oof and boo. Boo and oof. We're gonna leave in hell way later tonight. Gonna probably head out here around 5-ish to go down to like fucking like floating or some shit. It's like out east. And then visit a family member for a little bit, have some food out there. And then after that, be out in the airport and all that shit. Yeah. And then should be out by like another plane officially leaves at like 11:15, so that means that Like I would need to at least be at my gate probably at least like an hour prior to that. But at least have like another hour or so to, like an hour and a half at least, to make sure I can get through TSA and shit. I mean, if it's gonna be later at night, it shouldn't be that bad. But it's also after Christmas and shit, so now everyone's starting to go back home and all this stuff too. Or return home, so it's like, fuck. Like, so there's gonna be a little bit of that, but I don't think it's gonna be that bad actually, because both of my flights coming here were pretty empty. Like I had like the whole road to myself, which is pretty nice. Don't miss your flight again. Yeah, I'm not doing it this time. Yeah, that's not happening. But, I mean, honestly with that, I kind of partially blame fucking like, like TSA / fucking like Frontier for that a little bit. Just because they got the information on my goddamn ticket wrong. Had to go for TSA twice, and the second time they're a lot more anal about it. And when I was like, all right, I still got a little bit of time before the flight and shit, it was just like, it was just like a fucking nightmare, bro. But, I mean, at this point, that's not gonna happen. So, whatever. But, at least, at least it ain't too bad out here. At least just for chilling. Like honestly, it's all things considered, didn't really have to like, be out and about too much. I'm also just kind of chilling here, so it was all good. Good little fun day. Well, not day, trip. Fucking hell, my god. Your room looks like my room at the trailer, Lamau. Unless your room is fucking gargantuan, only a bit bigger, bruh. A bit bigger? Are you sure about that? A bit bigger? A bit? The actual room itself is in here. See? Oh. See, this is kind of like the apartment-esque portion of everything. The cows out there? Meh. Where's the moose? And the moose ain't out there. Boo! The type of wall they have. What, the wood? Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like something they got from one of their buddies or some shit. Or like a family friend that they know. I mean, it's only recent. This thing's, what, like, last time I was here was like, or the first time in a long time I was here was it was either 2018 or 2019, and this was like straight up like an actual barn. Like, this wall wasn't here. In fact, these were all doors, kind of like this one right here. And it was actually kind of like an actual like kind of garage setup thing. But they wanted to have like a guest house apartment-ish thing. So they reconfigured it, once they retired and did this. So they have like a whole big kind of like entertainment / like entertainment / like kind of laid back guest spot, especially when it comes to having friends or family babysitting their grandkids or whatever the fuck. So, got that. And it is quite huge. And there's like a partial gaming setup up there, because they have like a little pinball machine there and a arcade thing up there too, but I think they work, but they just don't have them hooked up at all. Because if so, I would play on one of them for a minute. Yeah, I saw the cows out there earlier. I guess they all ran off. Or, moved on to somewhere else. Diet weed is still weed. I am not getting any of that. You do realize there's no way for me to have any access to this shit, right? like, you know, because I can easily and just totally, you know, just like walk into a gas station or something to get that. Like it's that easy. I mean, come on, dude. I mean, really. I wish it was the case, but alas, it ain't. Alas, it is not. Sadly, I saw that. Oh my god, do you think I'm blind? Seriously? I saw what the hell you said. Just get all this shit pucked up. Actually, park it out last. Go. Sometimes, yeah. Yeah, because a lot of that's because I choose not to read shit out loud sometimes. That would probably be it. Okay, get this cleaned up a little bit. Doo-doo-doo. I have no idea how they kind of get all this stuff cleaned up, so I'm just gonna. Sweet. I'm just gonna leave a glowing review for the mover guys. Nice. Hell yeah. She actually is calling the company and asking them for a specific to drive our stuff cross country. Oh damn. Well, hopefully they, you know, get paid well, and hopefully she tips them, gives them a tip or something for all the hard work they're doing. But I think at least we tipped them $40 each. Nice. Man, there is like some huge shit that popped off today. It looks like Nikki Haley making straight up fucking massive headlines. What she said, I'm starting to kind of see a few things here and there about that, but I am just genuinely curious what's happening with that. When I come back, when I stream again, which will be when I'm at home in Portland, we're definitely going to be looking at some shit for sure. We're going to have like a good old like fatty of just checking out shit, because there's going to be a lot of interesting stuff to talk about, that's for sure. Because it seems like, you know, now Nikki's in some hot water. And that's actually kind of funny, considering that she was actually like kind of a slowly but surely kind of rising as a little bit of a Republican primary star for a minute. And now she just like totally fucked herself. Apparently. All I know is it has something to do with her saying something about the Civil War. So frankly, I can only imagine what probably it was. Like, I don't think it could be so overt to where it's like some weird ass crazy racist shit. But why do I feel like that's what it is? A lot of ironic, crazy ass racist shit. Because I have a strong feeling that is, you know, that's likely going to happen. Just possibly. But I don't know. Well, we'll react to that when I get home. How about that? So I think at least if I further ado, I'm just gonna go here for my last little fun little rodeo here in Texas. I'll tell you what. So take a shower. I already did. And besides, you don't necessarily want to have to take a shower like literally every fucking day. I mean, because at least for me, when it comes to like, you know, washing my hair and stuff, I don't wash it like every day. Or every other day, honestly. Just because, I mean, you don't want to like overly soap up your, like, you know, like, it's one of those things where you don't want to like do all the time because it can actually damage the hair and shit. So, like, at least for me, I do it like every other shower, or maybe like every other 2 showers a little bit. And honestly, it works a lot better. Not a big fan of the shampoo or conditioner that they have though, like, cause it's kind of made my shit like stiff. It's stuff like free flowy, and it's just like, don't like it. Make sure you're a sweet boy. It's called breathing. I mean, for me, it ain't that hard to do that. It's just simply called existing. But I'm gonna toss that stone here. But at least how good here in this fun abode, just for that. But that, of course, means that I will be back for when I come back home and all that fun stuff, which sure will be great. Then we'll have a fat talk, a drink or two, and all the fun and the vices and sins of the world. I want to see if we could get like a little pen of the cows out there or something, but they're not even out there. Boo. Boo. But anyway, I'm peace out, and next time I come by for another stream, I'll be in Oregon again, in my lovely home. So, peace out.